Welcome to my channel Valuable Rare Coins because, as you know, old is gold. Some of the rarest coins worth big money could be hiding in your hands right now. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and watch till the end. Let's dive in. First, we're talking about the 1964 D. Jefferson nickel, a 5-cent piece that might be hiding in your pocket, your old coin jar, or a forgotten corner of your family's coin collection. While millions were minted, only a few carry the kind of rarity and perfection that collectors dream about, and when the stars align, this humble nickel can reach a staggering value of $150,000. The year 1964 was a turning point in U.S. coinage history. It was the final year the U.S. mint-struck nickels for general circulation using the original copper-nickel alloy before changes started to be introduced in coin production due to metal shortages and rising demand. The Denver Mint, indicated by the small d just beside Monticello on the reverse of the coin, produced an enormous number of nickels that year, over 1 billion in fact. But here's where things get interesting. Despite such high mintage numbers, finding a 1964 D nickel in flawless, uncirculated condition with certain mint errors is like winning the numismatic lottery. So, what makes this coin special? Let's talk about errors and die varieties, the secret behind its jaw-dropping value. One of the most famous and sought-after errors is the double die reverse. This rare mistake results in parts of the design, like the steps of Monticello, the inscriptions E pluribus unum, or the word Monticello itself, appearing doubled when viewed under magnification. The doubling must be crisp and prominent to be considered valuable, and collectors go crazy for this variety, especially when the coin also boasts strong luster and sharp strike detail. Another exciting error to watch for on the 1964 D nickel is the full steps variety. For Jefferson nickel collectors, having a coin that displays all 5 or 6 full steps at the base of Monticello is a big deal. Most coins show signs of weak strikes in this area, so when you find a 1964 D with fully visible steps and no wear, you've found something truly special. These full steps coins are so rare for this year that grading services like PCGS and NGC give them their own designation, and the market value reflects that rarity with incredible demand. Let's not forget about off-center strikes, clipped planchets, and even die cracks, all of which are known to exist for this year and mint mark. These errors not only make the coin stand out from the average nickel, but they also attract high attention at auctions and collector shows. The more dramatic and obvious the error, especially if the date and mint mark are still fully visible, the more desirable the coin becomes. These one-of-a-kind mistakes are what drive bidding wars and headline-worthy price tags. Condition, as always, plays a crucial role. Most 1964 D nickels have been circulated heavily, with worn-down features, scratches, and lost luster. That's why finding one in pristine mint state condition, especially with a certified grade of MS 67 or higher, is extremely rare. Combine that condition with one of the known errors or varieties, and now you've entered the realm of elite-level coin collecting. Coins like this don't just sit in dealer cases, they end up in museums, investment portfolios, and world-class collections. Collectors and investors alike are keeping a close eye on 1964 D nickels, as the demand for older coins with unique errors has exploded in recent years. Some remarkable pieces have surfaced at major auction houses, stunning the numismatic community with their quality and rarity. In one recent private sale, a 1964 D Jefferson nickel featuring a sharp double die reverse and full steps, authenticated and graded by PCGS, fetched a record-breaking price that caught the attention of serious collectors across the country. That price? A mind-blowing $150,000. Yes, $150,000 for a 5-cent coin. This is why so many collectors are revisiting their coin stashes, checking those forgotten nickels, and carefully inspecting their collections for hidden gems. And with more people entering the hobby, the demand and the prices are only continuing to rise. So what can you do right now? Go through your coins. Examine your 1964 D nickels with a good magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe. Look closely at Monticello. Are the steps fully visible? Is there any doubling in the lettering or architecture? Is the coin in excellent condition with no signs of wear? If so, you might be holding something far more valuable than you ever imagined. And if you're unsure, consider sending the coin to a professional grading service for authentication. A small investment in certification can unlock the full market potential of your coin. We want to hear from you. Have you ever found a 1964 D nickel with unusual features? Do you have one that might be uncirculated or possibly contains a rare error? Share your stories in the comments below. You never know, your find might be the next viral coin success story we feature here on the channel. Second rare coin, we're diving into a small but incredibly exciting piece of American numismatic history, the United States 5-cent coin from 1975, minted in Denver, also known as the 1975 D. Jefferson nickel. You may have walked past this coin 1,000 times without realizing that it could be hiding a value that most people would never guess in their wildest dreams. Now, why are we talking about the 1975 D nickel today? Because this ordinary-looking coin could actually be a hidden jackpot waiting to be discovered. That's right, certain rare versions of this coin have stunned the coin-collecting world by appearing at auctions with jaw-dropping price tags. This unassuming 5-cent coin holds secrets that only a trained eye can spot, and we're going to uncover them all in this video. The 1975 D. Jefferson nickel is part of a long-running series that started back in 1938, and it proudly features the bust of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse, with his famous home, Monticello, on the reverse. While millions of these coins were struck at the Denver Mint, only a select few have turned out to be worth a small fortune, thanks to rare and dramatic minting errors that make them incredibly sought after by collectors. What makes these coins so valuable? It's all about the errors and anomalies, the small mistakes made during the minting process that turn a regular coin into a rare gem. We're talking about striking errors, off-center strikes, die cracks, double die obverse, DDO, and full steps on Monticello, which are all details collectors go crazy for. These aren't just minor flaws, they're the exact features that transform a 5-cent coin into a historical treasure. One of the most prized varieties among collectors is the 1975 D nickel with full steps on the Monticello building on the reverse. Full steps refer to the sharply defined lines on Monticello's staircase, which are rarely seen because of weak strikes during production. When a coin shows all 5 or 6 complete steps clearly without any interruption, it is considered a full steps variety, and this level of detail is incredibly rare, especially from the Denver Mint in 1975, but it doesn't stop there. Some 1975 D nickels have been discovered with double die obverse errors, where Jefferson's profile or the inscriptions like "In God We Trust" or "Liberty" appear slightly doubled upon close inspection. These double die errors can significantly raise a coin's value because they show clear proof of a minting mishap that slipped through quality control unnoticed. Collectors absolutely love these kinds of anomalies because they're not just rare, they're historic. Another error that adds massive value is the off-center strike, where the coin design is noticeably shifted away from the center. The more off-center the strike, especially if the date and mint mark are still visible, the higher the coin's value. When you combine that with a clean surface and good overall condition, you've got yourself a serious contender for a high-dollar sale. Condition is everything in the world of numismatics and coins that are found in uncirculated or mint state condition, especially those graded MS-65 or higher by professional grading services, are in extremely high demand. Serious collectors are always willing to pay premium prices for coins that are not just rare in features, but also preserved in pristine form. So if you've got a 1975 D nickel that looks sharp, clean, and has one of these rare features, you might be holding a small fortune in your hands. Auction houses and private collectors have already taken notice of this elusive treasure. In recent years, high-grade examples of the 1975 D nickel featuring full steps or major mint errors have sold for astonishing amounts. In fact, one such coin, verified and authenticated, was sold for a staggering $90,000. That's right, a simple nickel, worth just 5 cents to most people, turned out to be a goldmine for someone who recognized its hidden value. Now imagine the thrill of finding one of these rare nickels in your old change jar, or tucked away in a forgotten coin collection handed down by a family member. This is why collectors are always on the hunt, because these moments of discovery are what makes numismatics so exciting, rewarding, and full of surprises. The 1975 D. Jefferson nickel is proof that even the most ordinary coins can hold extraordinary stories and staggering value. So if you've got a stash of old coins, or you're just getting into collecting, now's the time to check your nickels, especially those from 1975 with the D mint mark. Look closely for strong details, off-center designs, doubling on the text, or those prized full steps. Get them evaluated by a trusted grading service, and you might just uncover a diamond in the rough. We want to hear from you. Have you come across a rare nickel in your collection? Do you have a 1975 D that could be worth more than you think? Drop a comment below and share your story or ask us your questions. We love connecting with fellow collectors and helping you unlock the full potential of your coins. Third expensive coin. We're uncovering the secrets behind a coin that's often overlooked but could be hiding a fortune in plain sight. The United States 5-cent coin from the year 1984 with the Philadelphia mint mark. The legendary 1984 P. Jefferson nickel. If you've got a jar of old coins lying around or you enjoy digging through pocket change, this could be the golden opportunity you've been waiting for. Now, don't let the small size of this nickel fool you. There's a huge story packed into this little coin. While millions of 1984 P nickels were produced, only a tiny fraction have the unique characteristics that set them apart and make them incredibly valuable in the numismatic world. We're talking about rare mint errors, striking anomalies, and high-grade conditions that transform this ordinary 5-cent piece into an extraordinary collector's item. Coins like this are what collectors dream about finding. The 1984 P nickel features the familiar image of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and his iconic home, Monticello, on the reverse. But the real excitement comes when you flip this coin under good lighting and examine it carefully for signs of something unusual. One of the most famous errors associated with this coin is the double die, an incredible minting mistake that causes certain details on the coin to appear twice, slightly offset. This type of error can be seen in the lettering, like the words "In God We Trust" or "Liberty," and sometimes even in Jefferson's eye or other facial details. These doubling effects aren't just fascinating, they're highly desirable and extremely rare. Another prized feature that collectors are always looking for on the 1984 P nickel is the presence of full steps on Monticello. When the staircase leading up to Monticello on the reverse is struck so perfectly that you can see all 5 or 6 distinct steps without breaks or blurring, that coin is classified as having full steps, a major upgrade in the eyes of collectors. Only a small percentage of these nickels were struck with this level of clarity, making them rare and incredibly valuable when found in mint condition. Let's talk about the condition, because it plays a massive role in the value of this coin. Coins that have been preserved in uncirculated or mint state, MS condition, especially those graded MS 65 and above, are where the big money comes in. A coin with a strong strike, original luster, and no signs of wear is like hitting the jackpot for collectors. Combine that with a rare error like doubling or full steps, and you have a coin that stands far above the rest in terms of demand and market value. Collectors are especially excited about the 1984 P nickel because it's part of a period in U.S. coinage when quality control wasn't always perfect, meaning error coins are out there, but finding one is like striking gold. Reports have surfaced of individuals discovering valuable varieties of this coin completely by accident, sometimes pulled from old change jars, inherited collections, or estate sales. The thrill of discovering a valuable error coin keeps collectors searching, and the 1984 P is one of those coins that rewards those who look closely. If you think these rare errors are just myths or legends, think again. Auction records and private sales have confirmed that well-preserved 1984 P. Jefferson nickels with prominent doubling and/or full steps have sold for thousands of dollars. These aren't just hypothetical values, these are real sales happening in the world of numismatics, with real collectors competing to add these treasures to their collections. The value only increases when a coin is certified by a trusted grading service like PCGS or NGC, because that professional certification proves authenticity and condition, giving buyers the confidence to pay top dollar. And now comes the moment you've been waiting for: just how much could one of these rare 1984 P nickels actually be worth? Well, if you happen to have a flawless example with one of the rare and dramatic mint errors we've discussed, especially a double die in mint state condition with full steps. Your humble 5-cent coin could command a market price of up to $60,000. That's right, $60,000 for a single nickel. It's like discovering treasure hidden in your change, and it's a reminder that the world of coins is full of surprises. So, what are you waiting for? Grab your magnifying glass, pull out your old coin stash, and start looking for that hidden gem. It could be sitting right under your nose, just waiting to be found. And if you think you've spotted one, get it professionally graded. You might be holding onto a coin worth more than you ever imagined. Specially is going to take you on an exciting journey into the world of modern-day treasures, specifically the 2005 D United States 5-cent coin, also known as the 2005 D Jefferson nickel. This is a coin that might still be circulating in pockets and purses today, but a few extremely rare versions of it have turned out to be worth far more than anyone could have imagined. So stick with us until the end, because this coin has surprised collectors and auction houses alike with its hidden value. Now, let's take a closer look at this fascinating nickel. The year 2005 marked a major turning point in the Jefferson nickel series. It was part of the Westward Journey nickel series, a special commemorative design issued by the United States Mint to honor the bicentennial of the Lewis and Clark expedition. The Denver Mint struck millions of these coins, but as with many large minting runs, a few slipped through the cracks with extraordinary errors, and these are the coins that collectors are desperately searching for. Among the various designs issued in 2005, one of the most eye-catching is the American Bison Reverse, which features a bold image of a bison, symbolizing the great wildlife encountered during the expedition. While this coin is beautiful in its own right, some extremely rare examples struck at the Denver Mint contain unusual and dramatic mint errors that transform this common coin into an absolute collector's dream. When these errors are paired with a pristine condition and brilliant strike, their value can skyrocket. So, what exactly should you be looking for in a 2005 D nickel? The most famous and highly sought-after error is known as the speared bison variety. This refers to a die gouge that appears as a line going through the bison's back, making it look like the animal has been struck by a spear. It's an incredibly rare error that was caused by a deep scratch or gouge in the die itself, which then transferred onto the coin during the minting process. This type of dramatic visual error instantly catches the eye and makes the coin stand out in any collection. The speared bison isn't the only error to look for, though. Some 2005 D nickels show signs of off-center strikes, where the coin design is misaligned, or die cracks and planchet errors, where the metal blank had imperfections before it was even struck. These errors might seem small to the untrained eye, but in the world of coin collecting, they're considered valuable traits that can drive prices sky-high, especially when found on modern coins in great condition. To truly understand the value of one of these coins, collectors turn to grading. Coins that are professionally graded by organizations like PCGS or NGC and receive a mint state (MS) rating, especially MS 65 or higher, are highly prized. A speared bison or another major mint error found on a coin in that condition is a true gem, and competition to own such a coin can get fierce. Collectors know that the value of a rare error nickel in top condition isn't just based on rarity, it's also about how visually striking the error is and how well the coin has been preserved. What makes the 2005 D Jefferson nickel even more exciting is that it's still possible to find these rare versions in circulation. That's right, these aren't coins locked away in old vaults or ancient collections. They could be hiding in your change, sitting in a jar at home, or sitting in a roll of nickels from the bank. That's part of the magic of modern mint errors. They're out there, waiting to be discovered by someone who knows what to look for. Every day, more collectors are finding and submitting these rare varieties for grading and verification, and the buzz around this coin continues to grow. Auction houses have already seen the demand for these unique coins go through the roof. In recent years, examples of the 2005 D speared bison nickel in high mint state grades have brought in stunning figures, surprising even seasoned numismatists. When collectors see a modern coin with a clear and dramatic error, paired with sharp detail and preserved brilliance, they're willing to pay a premium to add it to their collection. The demand is high, the supply is low, And that's a perfect recipe for value in the coin world. Now for the moment you've been waiting for, the ultimate value of this fascinating coin. If you're lucky enough to find a 2005 D. Jefferson nickel with the famous speared bison error, in gem uncirculated condition and professionally graded, its value can soar to an incredible $30,000. Yes, you heard that right, $30,000 for a 5-cent coin. It's living proof that numismatics still holds surprises, and that history, beauty, and value can be found in even the most ordinary places. So don't overlook the nickels in your pocket or dismiss the coins you come across every day. Take a closer look, especially at any 2005 D nickels. Look for that distinct line across the bison's back, check for off-center strikes or planchet errors, and pay attention to the condition. You just might be holding something far more valuable than you ever imagined. Next coin, we're putting the spotlight on a true sleeper in the world of modern U.S. coinage, the 1990 P. United States 5-cent coin, also known as the 1990 P. Jefferson nickel. At first glance, this may look like just another everyday coin, but let me tell you, there are versions of this nickel that are anything but ordinary, and some of them are worth a serious amount of money. The 1990 P. Jefferson nickel was struck at the Philadelphia Mint and carries the iconic image of President Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and Monticello, his historic home, on the reverse. While millions of these coins were minted, only a small number of them have surfaced with very rare and highly desirable mint errors that transform them into a collector's dream. If you've got a sharp eye and a little bit of luck, you might just find one of these valuable nickels hiding in your coin jar or change drawer right now. One of the most sought-after features on this coin is the full steps designation on Monticello. When a nickel shows 5 or 6 complete and uninterrupted steps on the reverse, it means the strike was exceptionally strong and the dies were in pristine condition when that particular coin was made. These full steps are extremely hard to find, especially on coins from the 1990s, making them a hot target for collectors who want the best of the best. A 1990 P nickel with full steps and no wear is not only rare, it's in high demand among top-tier collectors, but the real treasures come from coins with dramatic and eye-catching mint errors, the kinds that make a coin truly unique. One of the most valuable errors found on the 1990 P. Jefferson nickel is the double die obverse, where parts of the lettering or even Jefferson's portrait are slightly doubled due to a misalignment during the die creation process. This kind of doubling is highly visible under magnification and adds immense value to any coin lucky enough to have it. Errors like these were not intended by the U.S. Mint and are the result of rare, accidental events, which is exactly what makes them so valuable in the eyes of collectors. Another type of error that adds serious value is the off-center strike, where the design is not properly centered on the coin. The more extreme the misalignment, the more impressive and expensive the coin becomes, especially if the date and mint mark are still fully visible. Other anomalies such as die cracks, cuds, and clipped planchets have also been reported on 1990 P nickels and can significantly boost their value, particularly when paired with great condition and clear visibility. Collectors know that condition is everything, so finding one of these rare error coins in uncirculated or mint state condition can truly elevate its market value. When coins are submitted to grading services like NGC or PCGS and receive a high grade, such as MS65 or higher, they gain serious credibility in the collector's market. Combine that with a rare error or a strong strike showing full steps, and you've got a coin that serious buyers will pay top dollar for without hesitation. The excitement around the 1990 P nickel has been steadily rising in recent years as more collectors recognize the value hidden within this seemingly modern coin. Auction records have confirmed that rare varieties with strong errors and high-grade details have fetched thousands at top coin auctions, catching the attention of numismatists across the globe. This coin is no longer flying under the radar, it's gaining momentum, and demand is growing with every new discovery. So, what's the big number? What could your 1990 P. Jefferson nickel be worth if it has the right combination of rarity, condition, and error? If you're lucky enough to own one with a bold mint error, such as a double die, full steps, or dramatic off-center strike, and it's in gem mint state condition, your little 5-cent coin could be worth as much as $20,000. Yes, you heard that right, $20,000 for a coin that most people wouldn't even glance at twice. This is why it's so important to pay attention to the small details on your coins. That extra time you take to inspect a nickel with a magnifier or send it in for grading could be the difference between a 5-cent piece and a life-changing discovery. These coins are not just currency, they're part of American history, and some are hidden treasures just waiting to be found. Last unique coin. We're diving deep into a true hidden gem that could be sitting right in your pocket change, the 1994 United States 5-cent coin, also known as the 1994 Jefferson nickel. This is a coin that many people overlook every day, but a small number of these nickels have a secret that makes them worth far more than just 5 cents. That's why you'll want to pay very close attention today, because the right version of this coin could put a serious smile on your face. The 1994 Jefferson nickel was struck at the Denver Mint, and like most nickels, it features the iconic image of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and his stately home, Monticello, on the reverse. But here's the twist, not all 1994 nickels were created equal. While the majority of them were produced for circulation in massive numbers, there are select coins from this mintage that contain rare mint errors or ultra-detailed features that make them extremely valuable to collectors who know what to look for. One of the standout features that truly boosts the value of the 1994 nickel is the presence of full steps on Monticello. For those who are new to coin collecting, full steps refers to the sharpness and clarity of the steps on Monticello's front porch. If you can count 5 or 6 full, uninterrupted steps, your coin qualifies as having the full steps designation. This feature shows that the coin was struck with perfect pressure using fresh dies, which rarely happens during high-volume production like we saw in 1994. That makes a 1994 with full steps a truly rare find, but the real magic happens when you find one of these coins with a mint error, especially the highly sought-after double die errors or off-center strikes. A double die error occurs during the die-making process when a design element is impressed more than once, slightly out of alignment, creating a visible doubling effect on parts of the coin. Look closely at the inscriptions like "In God We Trust" or "Liberty," and even Jefferson's profile. If any of these appear slightly doubled, you might be holding on to something very special. Off-center strikes are another eye-catching and valuable error type. These happen when the coin is not centered properly during the striking process, resulting in a coin that has a portion of the design missing or pushed to one side. The more dramatic the misalignment, especially if the date and mint mark are still fully visible, the higher the value. Combine that with a high-grade condition and collectors will be eager to pay top dollar for a coin like that. Some collectors have also reported rare die cracks, clashed dies, and planchet errors on the 1994 nickel. These anomalies happen during minting and give each error coin its own unique character. Since these kinds of mistakes are unintentional and extremely rare, they make the coin highly desirable in the collector's market, especially when authenticated and graded by a professional coin grading service such as PCGS or NGC. Speaking of grading, condition plays a massive role in determining the value of your 1994 nickel. If you believe you found one with full steps or a noticeable mint error, it's worth getting it certified. Coins graded MS65 or higher, which means they're in mint state condition with little to no visible flaws, command the highest prices. And once a rare error is confirmed by a trusted grading authority, your coin becomes part of a very elite group of valuable finds. The buzz around the 1994 Jefferson nickel has grown stronger in the past few years, as collectors continue to uncover rare varieties and auction houses record impressive sales. With more people turning to coin collecting as a serious hobby and investment opportunity, modern era coins like this one are gaining popularity fast. The combination of rarity, historical appeal, and real-world sales results makes the 1994 nickel a hot item for anyone interested in numismatics. Now, the moment you've all been waiting for. Just how much can this 5-cent coin be worth if you find the right one? If you're lucky enough to discover a 1994 D. Jefferson nickel with a clear mint error or sharp full steps in a high-grade mint state. Your little nickel could be worth up to $15,000. Yes, you heard that right, $15,000 for a coin that most people would walk past without a second glance. This is why it pays, literally, to check your change, go through old coin rolls, and examine every nickel you come across with care and curiosity. The world of coins is filled with hidden treasures, and this 1994 D is a perfect example of how something small can hold massive potential. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, keep your eyes open. Your next big discovery might be just one coin away. Have you found a 1994 D nickel with unique features or signs of a mint error? Have questions about coins in your collection? We'd love to hear your stories and answer your questions in the comments below. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and tap the bell so you never miss a future episode filled with valuable discoveries and exciting coin news. Thanks for watching, and as always, happy collecting, and may your next nickel be the one that changes everything.